Yo, what is up, guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, On Point Reviews, all day, every day. Welcome back to my old subscribers, the ones that have been here since day one. Thank you for being here yet again. And for all my new subscribers, if this is the first time you've ever clicked on this thumbnail, welcome. I hope that you like and subscribe this video. And we've got a huge treasure trove of no hype reviews, all you need to know reviews, so you guys can get as much honest and in-depth opinions on these fragrances as you can before you make a decision of buying them or trying them. The fragrance that we're going to talk about today is Tobacco Oud Intense by Tom Ford. This one here is an official factory sample that I was able to purchase right when I found out that Tom Ford was starting to discontinue a lot of his fragrances. A lot of people are saying that it's not really discontinuing, that sometimes he discontinues them and then it comes out in a different name, in a different format, in a different bottle later on. Okay, I don't have all the Tom Ford fragrances, nor do I really follow this type of trend, but that is something that I hear that he does a lot when it comes to the fragrances. Okay, and Tom Ford, like, to me, has really this identity of, you know, gentlemanly, somewhat dark, somewhat classy. I feel like this is the type of fragrance brand for those guys that are truly, you know, it's in their identity to be gents. You know, these are the guys that open and close the door for ladies and all of that. And yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Yeah, with maybe a deep bass voice. I feel like Tom Ford is for those type of guys, okay? And so far, it's been proving me right. I mean, almost every Tom Ford that I have tried really has that kind of vibe, okay? Now, Tobacco Oud Intense, again, this has been compared to Tobacco Oud. I know that a few days ago, I was asked Tobacco Oud or Intense. I said the original, and the reason for that was because the original I felt was more accurate to the name. Now, this one is totally different, so I'm gonna hack this one for you guys, okay? So hang on tight. Let's hit the music. Okay, we're back, guys. Tobacco Oud Intense by Tom Ford. Let's go wear this right now. I'm excited. Let's go. Whew. Wow. Okay, so let's go talk about the opening notes of Tom Ford Tobacco Oud Intense, okay? On the opening notes, I catch some coriander, okay? Some coriander is on the opening notes. Coriander provides sort of like a lime-like, lime citrus aspect in the opening. This opening lasts, I would say, 10 to 15 minutes, or maybe even 10 minutes, okay? So there's some coriander in the opening. You do get some cedar, okay? Some really, really woody cedar. You can smell it as soon as, man, it's in the air. You know, it's got some cedar, it's got some coriander, and then there's also some labdanum, okay? So there's some labdanum, which provides, you can say, a semi-sweet and leathery aspect to Tobacco Oud Intense. There's also some slight patchouli that is sort of hidden here. I believe it's in the start to the mid notes, okay? Before the the Castoreum takes over. But yeah, in the beginning, it's sort of like a lime, woody, and you know, labdanum infused opening. It's quite nice, and this is probably the only part where it's kind of like bright and, you know, kind of like inviting like that. And then, of course, as the fragrance continues, it gets darker, more tobacco. You know what I'm talking about. Now, there's not a whole lot of like crazy transitions, because I believe that a lot of the notes in Tobacco Oud Intense are, you know, you could say they're all in harmony or in unison, okay? Like I said, the coriander is probably the only one that gives you like a slight hint of lime, but, you know, labdanum is already sort of like leathery, and you can say even slightly amber-like. And then, you know, you do have the tobacco that reigns supreme all the way to the end. The tobacco here, I would say, is sort of like a tobacco leaf. It's sort of like earthy tobacco leaf, and it really does start to intensify probably like 10 minutes in. And here's the warning label. The warning label here is Castoreum, okay? Okay, the Castoreum, I'm warning y'all ahead of time. Now, what is Castoreum? That is an animalic note that, I mean, should smell like, you know, feces, but really it's not, okay? I've only smelled Castoreum in huge doses on a zoologist video I made. I'll link you at the end of the video. It's hilarious. But the Castoreum here is it does come out, okay? Like, you know, it's animalic once it comes out with the tobacco. As the tobacco intensifies, there's a feeling of animalic. I wouldn't say that it outbeats it in the way that, you know, it's like you know, like too animalic, because it's controlled by a couple of factors, okay? It's controlled by the tobacco, the, you know, the tobacco leaf, as well as this you could say this chocolate oud. And I mean, I've seen combinations like that where you have Castoreum, slight animalic notes with the chocolatey oud. It actually turns out fine, because it almost feels like that animalic note just comes in and out, okay? And it's still controlled by the tobacco and the oud. This is really the part where you go, oh dang, this is like a different like type of perfume. This is also the part where if you know the original tobacco oud, you're gonna be like, okay, this is different now. Because the original tobacco oud, I would say, and it's not a comparison video, but the original tobacco oud was really, to me, the more mass appealing one. I feel like that one is like straight to the point. You do get some whiskey booze and some tobacco and amber. But this one here, like I told you guys, I mean, from the opening is slightly different already. And then the tobacco just basically intensifies as the Castoreum comes in. So there's that animalic Castoreum, and then the oud is that chocolatey oud. It's quite different, and it really leans dark, masculine, maybe uber classy, versus tobacco oud, which I think is just more wearable just because it's cold. Tobacco oud, I can wear that in, you know, casual stuff, you know, just because it's cold. If it gets like, I don't know, 50 degrees outside, man, I'm just gonna be spraying that tobacco oud, no doubt, okay? But this one, I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure that it's the weather that would be the factor, okay, to tobacco oud intense. To be honest, I feel like the factors are your own personality and your own choices of social engagements that's really gonna, you know, make you wear this right here. I believe that this one here is for like semi-formal or formal. This could be for semi-formal business arrangements, I would say. And in terms of like, I don't know, the female factor or the opposite sex factor, I mean, I feel like this is something that you gotta wear if the person that you're with, the lady you're with, likes you more than your perfume. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need to risk anything. Like, no matter what you wear, she's still gonna like you. I mean, it's a very like alpha masculine type fragrance that, yeah, I mean, it doesn't have a lot of mass appealing factors here, but it really does reiterate a dark masculine, mega classy, you know, type of persona, gentleman like. I think it reinforces that. So that, I think, is really one of the big main difference with the original. Can it be challenging? Yeah, I think it can be challenging. But it does have, like I said, if you know what you're getting into, and this is the most important part with fragrances, you gotta know what you're getting into. You do know it's Tom Ford, right? And Tom Ford doesn't mistake everything when it comes to the marketing, when it comes to even the consistency of the scents. They're all pretty masculine, dark, classy, gentleman-like. Almost all of them are like that, okay? And Tobacco Oud Intense, you could say, is at the top of that, you know, when it comes to gentleman-like, black tie, Tom Ford identity. I do know that Tom Ford does have a lot of like freshies too, but I mean, a lot of the bread and butter, in my opinion, are on these like darker masculine fragrances. And so if you know what you're getting into, it won't be challenging at all, because, you know, tobacco, oud, slight castoreum, Labdanum. I mean, they're all facets that really reinforce the Tom Ford identity in their fragrances. Now, we're not completely done with the experience here. As the dry down happens, from mid to dry down, you will have some nice sweet amber as well as tonka bean come out. They're kind of like in combination, amber and tonka bean. As the Castoreum retreats, in my opinion, tobacco is still going. I believe there's sandalwood as well on the dry down, but as the tobacco is still there with some sandalwood, there is some really nice sweet amber as well as tonka bean, which is okay. So you can say that that's the more easily appealing side of it. But like I said, it's really an experience because it goes from smoky and animalic and maybe even slight leathery tobacco, and then pulls back, and then you've got the nice amber, you got the nice tonka bean as well. So the dry down is really likable here, but I wouldn't bet on the dry down as like the top point, like saying that, oh, I'm gonna buy this because it has an amber sweet dry down. In my opinion, like I would buy this because of the tobacco and the animalic note and the oud, the chocolatey oud that comes in here. I mean, I would buy it for that reason. There's no sense in getting this because of the amber. Okay, like if you want to buy amber perfumes, okay, but the amber is just a nice dry down, as I've said. As the whole experience of tobacco oud starts pulling off, then you get this really nice sweet amber. But ultimately, like I said, you gotta buy this because of that smoky leathery tobacco oud type of scent profile that you have with tobacco oud intense. Now, many of you guys will also ask me, what is the sillage like, as well as the projection longevity of tobacco oud intense, because you probably read the different feedback out there. Some people are saying it's a monster, some people are saying it's too strong, but to me it is like starts off slightly strong but then goes into subdued draw in type of scent. Some people will compare it to something that's smoky, but to me it's not really like smoky, it's just tobacco leaf. You know, you really smell the tobacco leaf very prominent here, but it's not like a monster. I think some people will even complain that it's weak, but it's really not weak. It's just more of like a draw in scent, and I think that that's perfectly fine. I can't imagine this being too strong or too offensive because of a lot of the strong notes, a lot of the potent notes. I think that this was made to be sort of like just like a draw in type of scent, which is perfect in my opinion. So that's what I have to say about the sillage and projection. Longevity wise, I feel like this lasts very long. The scent profile maybe is something that you will just catch no matter what, over how many hours. You know, it's very pronounced. I think this lasts long, but like I said, it's not a crazy sillage beast. I think that this is a draw-in scent. Okay, that is it. That is my review on Tom Ford's Tobacco Oud Intense. Guys, comments, suggestions, opinions for those that own this and would like to make your own comparison on the regular Tobacco Oud. Feel free to comment below. Make sure you comment below, guys. Thank you for your opinions. Again, there's no right or wrong answers when it comes to fragrances. Okay, I'm speaking to 4,200 people and growing. Thank you so much. So you know, it's whatever you guys like, but that's just my opinion. That is my review on this fragrance. This has had, you know, kind of like a long time coming. So now that it's a little bit colder, now that we got this, and of course I will also review the regular Tobacco Oud very soon. Make sure you guys vote on Fan Choice Friday. I already put the poll up on the community tab. So far Serjoff is leading, or Serjoff, man, I messed that up, but it's Serjoff, and that's gonna be up. We'll see who wins maybe on Thursday evening, and then we'll figure out, you know, what to do for Fan Choice Friday. But make sure you guys vote on Fan Choice Friday, okay? And again, please make sure you guys like and subscribe. If you have been watching my videos for a minute and you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe so you can see all the different videos as they roll out, because they're kind of varied, different brands, different types of fragrances, niche, exotic, you know, even cheapies and clones. We got it, okay? And make sure you check out the library, the video library that we have right here. And again, this is Troy D. I hope you have a great week ahead of y'all. Stay powerful, stay safe. I'll see you guys soon.